lying on the ground. Take a moment to feel the contact. If you're in the chair, you can feel the feeling of your bum on the chair, the feet on the ground. And just start to breathe in a way that feels helpful for you. I'm going to offer square breath, but if that doesn't feel good for you, then do something else. So we breathe out, and we breathe in 1, 2, 3, pause 1, 2, 3, out 3, 2, 1, pause 1, 2, 3, in 1, 2, 3, pause 1, 2, 3, out 1, 2, 3, pause 1, 2, 3. We'll do it in 4s. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, pause 1, 2, 3, 4, out 4, 3, 2, 1, pause 4, 3, 2, 1, in 1, 2, 3, 4, pause 1, 2, 3, 4, in 1, sorry, out, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4, again, in 1, 2, 3, 4, pause 1, 2, 3, 4, out 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it one more time. In 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4, out 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause, 2, 3, 4. This time breathe in as deep and as fully as your breath allows just now. And at the tip of that full breath, try squeezing the pelvic floor and drawing the navel in towards the spine. Let there be a sense of drawing in, contracting, holding, feeling your lungs full. And then when you're ready, let it go with a sigh. Just do that one more time. Fill the lungs. And as you're filling the lungs, feel yourself drawing up through the pelvic floor, feeling the navel drawing in, like you're creating some lift as you hold and then releasing on the exhale whenever you're ready. Let it go. Good. And then just returning to a breath that feels comfortable for you, that feels rhythmic for you. And we'll start the movement practice with a little bit of left to right knees. So if you're sitting on the chair, they can just gently move left to right a little bit, easing over the foot if that feels okay. You're looking for a little bit of movement in the joint and also in the lower back. We're just listening for the body to tell you exactly how it wants to be moved. So let my suggestion then become your exploration. And then let's keep the knees on one side for a moment or two. You might take the hands over so the elbows are in line with the shoulders and you're framing your head. If you're on the chair, you might take that into a slight twist, allowing yourself to twist the spine as much as feels comfortable for you. And coming back to the center and over to the other side, finding the space in the body and using that breath that's slow and deep and steady to move into those places. Finding the twist in the body. Beautiful, coming all the way back to the center. chest, either from the chair or seated or lying. Just give yourself a hug. Can you give yourself a hug? Can you receive a hug? If you're on your back, you might do a little massage, a little circling. If you're on the chair, you might do it one knee at a time. Finding ways to make my suggestions make sense in your body in this moment. But how can you give and receive that energetic expression of a hug, pure love, connection to yourself? Place your feet back on the ground and feel the sense of the earth beneath you. Get strong, get grounded through those feet, spread your toes. And then we're going to start to come up into a back bend. I'll give you some options if you're seated or if you're in the chair. So if you want to take a bridge pose from here, you might move in and out of it, or you might stay up there, see what feels good for you. You could do something in this direction if that felt good. Or the chair or seated exactly. Beautiful. Just deciding if that feels too big, too much. Yeah, not what you need. Could also be a cobra pose. Yeah, lovely options. Gorgeous. Those of you in the bridge pose, can you start to feel the legs working, and can you breathe into that? If you're moving in and out, that's perfect. Let yourself do what your body is asking. Good. If you're coming down, come down slowly, take your time. Inhale here, and exhale with a sigh. You might take a second bridge pose or a second back bend in some direction, some way. What we're looking for is a sense of the legs getting strong, the thighs pressing, the spine opening. We're looking for softness and strength in equal measure. How can I be strong and soft here in this moment? Breathing, meeting yourself with the breath, meeting the intensity of the pose by increasing the intensity of your breath. And then lowering down again. It might be that you want to take a happy baby from here. It might be that you take the hug again. To decide whether a hug feels better or a happy baby feels good. Whichever one of those you're choosing, really commit to it. Feel it in the body. Whichever one you've chosen, come in slowly out. We're going to come all the way up and into a seated position. If you want to stay on the ground, you're welcome. We're going to take a forward fold. So I like to sit on the block for the forward fold. Just bending your legs out in front. Pulling your toes back, pushing your heels away. Maybe give yourself a little bit of a massage on the legs. Squeezing into the thighs, gently over the knees, into the shins and the calves. Just giving yourself a sense of how you might soften the muscles. Good. Receive that touch. And then if it feels good for you to get tall and open, maybe that's an option. You might want to take the legs a bit wider. We're certainly not warm, so we're not looking to go far. We're just looking to go somewhere that feels possible. We've got spare blocks around the room as well, and if you want to reach for one, it can be quite nice to put your head on one. And if you like the square breath, you can come back to that. If you're feeling like there's tension or stress or anxiety or worry, sometimes a blowing breath through the mouth can be nice. Sigh also works. Just let that valve release. Here is the space to gently, softly let go. Feel the body in that forward fold and the stretch at the back of the legs. Notice if you're forcing and just seeing if you can use gravity rather than forcing. Good. Inhale, coming all the way slowly up. Put your right knee in. We're going to give the right hip a little bit of movement. So just making gentle movements in that hip, left to right. If you're able to, you might even hook round so you can kind of rock it like a baby. Feels quite nice to do circles. Just see what feels good for those hips. If you sort of draw a circle with your heel, then you get a slightly different movement than if you draw a circle with your knee. See if you can work out what I mean. Good. And then we'll place the foot on the other side of that extended leg. And we'll twist towards the right side. Oh, I didn't guide you with the leg, so Elaine, can you the other? No, sorry, you're right. No, you're totally right. I'm just talking nonsense. So turning towards Sandra. You were doing it exactly right, sorry. And for me, I want to open the gates and say my arm out, but you also might want the hand on the ground. See what feels good for you. And do you want to focus on the spine and opening the chest, or do you want to focus on the squeeze of the right hip? Or can you find space for both? Can you breathe into the belly? Good, coming all the way back. And then just take that foot over and lengthen it back down. We'll do that on the other side. Left leg comes in, making any circles that you can make in the hip, softening into it. Full permission to use your breath as your instincts tell you. Let the breath support you in that release and that softening. As the foot steps over, I need to kind of adjust myself on my pelvis so I can feel it's like I can go straight up through the spine, and then I'm going to use my right hand to twist, opening the gate, bringing the hand down. Love the option again. How can I find the steadiness of my spine and the rootedness of that extended leg, and also the softness as the chest flies open? Can I breathe into the back of my heart? Can I feel the softness in my face? How can I be both steady and strong, whilst also finding the softness? Releasing all the way back. Just get the legs a little run. You might feel that sense of the connection of your legs on the ground. You can add your hands to that as well if you want. So this is another valve we're opening just to release some of that pent up, stuck, stagnant, stressy, frustrated, whatever it is. Use your breath. Good. And then just soften into wherever you want to go. You might come back with some more touching of the legs, turning of the ankles. Good. You're going to do a little bit of side flexion, so bringing your feet in however feels good for you. They could always be long, or you could be kneeling. We're going to reach up high, make space, and then lean over to one side. If you're leaning to the left, then have your left hand on the ground to help you. And there's kind of two ways. You can come side, like make a really kind of banana shape, crescent moon shape, or you can get more diagonal. See what feels good for you in your body today. What do you need? One creates a different stretch than the other for me. And then noticing where your head is. Can you let your neck be easy? Good, beautiful. Inhale, coming all the way up and over to the other side. Choosing the diagonal or the crescent moon. Taking those sighing breaths to help you to soften and open. you can take it from a seat, or you can go onto all fours. You decide what feels good for you today. How can we soften into the spine? How can we release some of that tension in the mid-back? Feeling the relationship between your core, your pelvis, and your shoulders. We're going to bring the arms into that. So as you inhale, let the arms come wide. And as you exhale, push them forwards, curve away. As you inhale, take them wide. And as you exhale, push them away. And you feel how your pelvis and your head are working in tandem. Feel the difference between your throat closed and your throat open. Two more like that. And then coming back into neutral and either deciding to go back into a forward fold if that feels good, or coming up into an L shape. So do you need to soften or do you need to get strong? No right or wrong. Just what does your body want? What does it need? What's it asking for? If you're not sure, then try both and see which one feels most like a yes. And you start to train yourself to feel what a yes and a no feels like in your body. And you choose to honor those yeses and nos. If you're in the strong L shape, can you pull your toes back? Can you push your heels away? Can you reach your wrists up towards the ceiling? Can you draw your biceps back to the ears? If you're in the forward fold, can you soften the roof of your mouth? Can you soften your hips and your belly? Good. Releasing, come all the way down. Another chance to move again. Right. Good. We're going to take some of the little flow sequence from the back of the mat. If that's not what you need, and find a pose that feels good. We can do it from the chair as well. So if you're doing it on your mat, you're going to sit at the back of the mat. You're going to inhale, I'll do your chair version of it. We'll exhale, forward fold into the child's pose. As you inhale, we're going to come forward, preparing, finding a long spine, and then as we exhale, we're going to press up and in downward facing dog. And stay there for 3 full breaths, 3 breaths in and out. While you're finding your down dog or your puppy pose or your child's pose, listen to your body, listen to your breath. Feel the contact of your body on the ground. Good, and then dropping your knees, finding the ground and arching away from it. As you exhale, curve the spine, soften the belly button away from the ground. Inhale, come back into the back bend. And as you exhale, come back into the child's pose. Getting braver and more open as we inhale, coming all the way up. Maybe the hips lift. If that arm position feels too much, then bring your hands onto your hips. Maybe you lift your gaze, maybe you don't. And then as you exhale, you come all the way back down. Good. We'll do that a couple of times. I'm just going to do a chair version as well. So just taking a moment at the back of your mat, feel the contact of your body on the ground. Breathing in, take your arms high, lift. As as you exhale, finding your child's pose, finding the ground. Inhale, coming onto all fours, find the length in the spine. Lengthening, and then as you exhale, pressing up into downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Breathing in and out. You can always come into a child's pose or a puppy dog pose. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Next time you breathe in, arching your spine, coming into the back bend. And as you exhale, curving the spine, finding out. Inhale, arching the spine. And exhale, finding child's pose. Forward fold, feel the earth. Inhale, coming off your heels, pushing your hips forward, strong in your center, lengthening all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands through to start again. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, coming forwards onto all fours, and as you exhale, press back into your downward facing dog, strong in your breath. Meet the intensity of the pose with the breath. Slow, smooth, steady breathing. Next time you inhale, drop your knees, arch your spine, soften the chest high. Good. Exhale, curving the spine. Inhale, pushing up one more time. Feel the softness of the chest. Exhale, pressing back into child's pose, finding the ground. As you breathe in, you're going to come all the way back up. Chest opens, hips move forward, spine lengthens. Exhale, coming all the way down. We'll do one more. Let's take a breath. Inhale, shoulders up. And exhale down. Finding the ground. Good. We're going to inhale, pushing forward, send the hips forward. And then as you exhale, press up into your downward facing dog. Steady on your hands and your feet, strong in your legs. Next time you inhale, drop your knees, arch the spine, soften the chest. Exhale to curve. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, all the way back. Inhale, lifting, lengthening. If you want some extra lift here, you might stay for another breath or two. Maybe you interlink your fingers. You might even take a sip through the nose.